All right, everybody, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be tackling something I think is on a lot of people's minds,
Yeah.
hitting that $1 million mark.
Big financial
The
goal.
cool $1 million,
Yeah.
right? Like everybody wants to get there.
Sure.
So we've got some sources here that break down some pretty interesting strategies.
Yeah. These sources actually lay out a pretty good roadmap for building wealth over time.
Okay, so both of the sources that we're looking at here kind of hit on the same two big points.
Right.
How much you save and then what kind of return you get on your savings.
Yeah, and I think people get really caught up in the saving part.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the sources we're looking at actually uses a really crazy example to illustrate this.
Okay.
Imagine you save $1,000 a month, which is
A lot of money.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you don't invest it at all. You know how long it would take you to reach $1 million just by saving.
Oh, gosh, I don't know, 50 years?
83 years.
Oh, my goodness.
83 years.
So even if you are super disciplined and saving a ton of money each month,
You're not going to make it.
you're not going to get there.
You're going to need to find the fountain of youth to enjoy that $1 million.
Exactly. So investing is really the key here.
Investing is absolutely essential. The same source shows that if you invested that same $1,000 a month and got an average return of 8%,
Ugh.
you could reach $1 million in about 25 and a half years.
25 versus 83. I mean, that's a huge difference.
That's massive. Right?
Yeah. So, okay, we've established investing is important, but I mean, is there like a magic number
Right.
for how much you should be putting in every month?
Well, the source breaks down a bunch of different scenarios. So
Okay.
let's say you're investing $250 a month with that same 8% return. You're looking at about 41 and a half years.
Okay.
If you bump that up to $500 a month, it drops down to 33.3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you can really swing it and invest $2,500 a month, you could hit that million in just 16.3 years.
It's really incredible to see how those numbers change when you're consistently investing over time.
Absolutely.
And it really illustrates that old adage time is money.
For sure.
One of the sources emphasizes how important it is to start early. They actually say that if you start investing at 25,
Yeah.
even smaller contributions can snowball over time.
Yeah. Thanks to the magic of compound interest.
Right, but if you wait until you're 45, you're really going to have to kick those contributions into high gear.
You'd have to contribute a lot more to hit that $1 million goal by the time you retire.
Exactly.
And, this brings up a really crucial point and something for everyone listening to really consider.
Okay.
All of these calculations are assuming an 8% average annual return,
Right.
but the market,
That's unpredictable.
exactly, you never know what's going to happen. What if returns are lower, like
Yeah.
6% or even 4%? How do you adapt your strategy in those situations?
That's a fantastic question. I mean, we don't have a crystal ball.
Right.
So how do you kind of navigate that uncertainty in the market?
Well, there are a few key strategies you can think about. One is diversification.
Okay.
You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So spread your investments across different asset classes like stocks and bonds that can help manage your risk.
Okay.
Another really important strategy is something called dollar cost averaging.
Okay.
So instead of trying to time the market,
Yeah, which
is basically impossible,
really impossible. Yeah.
you invest a fixed amount at regular intervals like every month.
Okay.
So that way you average out the price, you buy more shares when prices are low, and fewer when they're high.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about how much you're saving, but how you're actually managing your investments and adjusting your approach over time.
Exactly. And, another thing to keep it in mind is that even though starting early is great,
Right.
life doesn't always go according to plan.
Sure doesn't.
What if you come into some unexpected income,
Yeah.
like a bonus or an inheritance?
Okay.
Using those windfalls wisely to boost your savings can really make a big difference.
Absolutely. It's not always about, that perfect monthly contribution.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are these other opportunities that come up. So this has been such a fascinating deep dive.
Yeah, it's been great.
I think, hitting that $1 million mark, it can seem really daunting to people.
Yeah.
But what we've really seen here is that it's achievable
Absolutely.
with a solid plan, consistent effort.
And a good understanding of how investing works.
Exactly. It's not just about burying money in your backyard. You have to be smart about it.
And remember, it's not just about the money itself.
Right.
It's about having the financial security to pursue your goals and live the life you want.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, we've given you a lot to think about today.
We sure have.
But here's one more thing to ponder. How does inflation factor into all of this?
Oh, that's a good one.
How can you ensure that your $1 million in the future will actually have the same buying power as it does today? We'll leave you with that thought. Thanks for joining us. Keep diving deep.
See ya.